Pollution problem in the marsh Las Quintas. The marsh Las Quintas is a wetland located in Cartagena, close to Avenida del Lago, Basurto Flea Market, and the neighborhoods Barretino and El Prado. As a water body, it plays some roles related to environmental functions that are supposed to carry benefits with them. For example, this swamp is where the rainwater flows, and not only that, the marsh helps to maintain biodiversity, being home of many species of flora and fauna. Unfortunately, for the past years until now, this place has been damaged because of the presence of liquid and solid waste in its water and the outside. Some consequences of this pollution problem are the next. These residues have a negative impact on the quality of the water, making impossible the development of life in the swamp. As an example, the population of mangrove is decreasing. Also, if the problem is not solved, Marsh Las Quintas will not be able to keep its role as home of animals like seals anymore. If the waste on the swamp is not filtered, then its level of water increases to the point it causes floods around, being Basurto Market the more affected by it.
To start with, we need to understand why is the marsh Las Quintas considered as an environmental problem and what are the causes of this. We're gonna place you in an historical context. Cartagena de Indias shows a diversity of marine ecosystems that turns it into a significant town in Colombia. The marsh Las Quintas is one of the water bodies comprising the ocean water lagoon system of Cartagena, having its own hydrodynamics toward the Basurto market. This water body has acted as a final disposal of waste coming from the Basurto market. Therefore, sedimentation and pollution from solid and liquid waste is actually evident. Equally, it generates offensive odors, vectors, and causes serious social problems in its surroundings. Also, the conditions of natural moisture and soil organic material content are elevated, generating compressible situation, evidence of landfillings and layers of decaying mangrove. The Basurto market is considered one of the main degradation factors of the marsh, due to the poor disposition of its liquid and solid waste, which has caused degradation of the quality of water and sediments, affectations to the associated fauna, and aesthetic deterioration of the marsh Las Quintas. Solid wastes such as plastics, hydropore, traces of organic material are thrown directly into the body of water or transported by the winds, evidently accumulating on the bank of the marsh. In front of the Basurto market, many small motorboats and boats arrive, which are sources of oily waste such as hydrocarbons, fats and oils, etc. In these boats, passengers are transported and fishing products, construction materials, agricultural products, among others, are loaded and unloaded. In this area, the sale of fish is carried out, which generates blood runoff and viscera that are thrown directly into the marsh. An interview carried out by Arturo Sanchez and Carlos Piedrahita showed us the perspectives from sellers and people in charge of this problematic.
Maybe you see it all and say, it looks like a little puddle of water with regard to the sea, but punctually here for the area of this piece itself. Why? Because it turns out they have the Basurto market here, and the Basurto market throws any amount of waste into the Quintas marsh. They blame us, the sellers, but not knowing it is their fault. On the issue of solid waste in Cartagena, we're all guilty. I think that the Basurto market must be removed from there. It's like bullets, when sometimes they don't hurt the body and taking them out is more dangerous than leaving them there. That goes the other way. Instead of getting better, it gets worse. People live with their backs to the mangrove. Sometimes we humans are like rats. What we can't consume, we damage. What's going on if people are the most uncultured in the entire world? I haven't come here to the market for a day, and when I come, I feel the strong smell. They are thinking that climate change is over there in 1,000 years. Climate change is now, is here right now.
After reviewing all of the factors about the problematic of pollution in Marsh Las Quintas, the urgency of solving it is notorious. Here are some strategies that must be taken into account. As a short-term solution, the first step is removing all the solid and liquid waste out of the water and around it. This is a job that must be responsibility of the municipal authorities and the cleaning service company of the town. This year, on September, cleaning sessions took place in Marsh Las Quintas, run by Cardique, the maximum environmental authority in the Caribe region where Cartagena is. However, it was the first time they did this since 2011. Cleaning sessions cannot happen just every 8 years in places that receive such a big amount of garbage like this swamp. It needs more compromise. Control of the situation in Marsh Las Quintas should take place every month. People take care of what they know. So, another long-term solution is education. People who live in towns around must be taught the importance of having a place like Marsh Las Quintas, the role it plays in maintenance of life, and the positive and negative impact it has for them. Citizens, especially in Basurto Market, must recognize flood problems as a consequence of throwing garbage in the streets, so they can stop it and replace this bad habit for a more sustainable one, like recycling. And remember, destroying your home will take you to nowhere to live, so you have the responsibility of taking care of it.